Now, this could be applied to many things: music, making an EP, video, making a short film, or art, making a mini comic like myself. Even if you don't draw, illustrate, or paint, I still think the thoughts that I'm going to share today may help. And I was inspired by an artist named Kesh Art over here on YouTube to make a mini comic. And I'm going to share with you 3 main things that I learned from that. Number 1, my why. Number 2, the layers that are involved. And lastly, number 3, the benefits of starting a project. Now, why wait any longer? Let's jump right in. Start with number 1, my why. Why did I start this mini project? One of the main reasons is because I wanted to try something new, and I think I was burnt out and tired of doing the same thing. And then I seen art that I liked and I enjoyed, and one main thing that stood out to me, it was when I play video games, for example. There's these moments where it's just, I look forward to it. It was a point where when I wasn't playing the game, I was like, I can't wait to get home and jump on the game. And so my thought was, why don't I take that feeling that I get when I do play a video game of some sort and put that into something else like my art? I believe that I can find that within my art. And I believe people can find that anywhere else. So if you do find yourself, let's say, looking forward to something, you just can't wait to do it, for example, like playing a video game or watching Netflix or something like that, figure out how you can find something in what you love to do that gives you that same feeling. Now, for me, I love movies. I love also the stories and action and anime. I really enjoy watching those things. And my younger brother just came in. I got totally distracted. Now I'm back. Now, as I was saying, action movies, anime, things of that sort, I really enjoy watching those. And I kind of had to think about, okay, why do I enjoy watching those? What's it about those? And one of the things was the storytelling, the action in it, the scenes and things like that. And also the character design and how someone could take this idea and tell a story in a different way than making a movie of real people. And so when I had seen comics and manga, I really began to enjoy it. And I think that I began to dive deeper into that rabbit hole of making characters and things like that. My why, I believe, is to tell stories and to share these ideas. And I believe comics and manga and anime, things like that, there is more of an opportunity to tell stories rather than simply making something that has the sole purpose of being aesthetically pleasing. I think that's what I got tired of. I got tired of making stuff that served the sole purpose of being aesthetically pleasing. And that was it. And therefore, comics, manga, and things like that, I began to dive deeper in them. And there's so much more to it than just making a painting and putting it up on a wall. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, what do I make? What kind of project can I start? I encourage you to find your why. What do you want to say? And if you can't find your why and can't think of something that you want to say, I also encourage you again to begin to fill your mind up with things that you enjoy. Movies, talking with people, conversations, and music, and reading books, and other things like that. Other things that interest you. Other things that naturally interest you without you having to make too much of a second thought about it. Something that you kind of just simply gravitate towards. Those are the things that you may want to say. Now it leads me into my next thought, which is the layers that are involved. Now the layers that are involved in this, I kind of expected, but didn't expect as much. And this is a good thing. This is a good thing because there's so much cool stuff in there to learn, especially when making a mini comic. And I'm sure this is the same thing for other people and their crafts and things that they make, their passions or their hobbies. There are many things that are in there that a lot of people don't see on the outside. In regards to mini comics specifically, the layers that are in mini comics, right? So when I first started it, I really love characters and I really enjoy drawing the face and human anatomy and things like that. I was already there when it comes to that. I was already thinking about that and learning that. And then once I began to see a character, I was thinking, okay, well, what does it take to make this kind of pose? It takes learning the anatomy. Okay, now let me learn the anatomy more. Quick tip, if you want to learn something, push yourself to learn it to the point where you can sort of draw from memory. I learned simply enough, and I'm still learning more, to feel comfortable with making something from memory. After I learned the anatomy, I went on to character design. Well, before that, actually, I went on to draping of cloth, how clothes drape on the human body. I learned more about that. And that then I think was character design. So I learned how to tell someone's personality through their clothes. And also how to draw different characters. Is it more cartoon-like, or is it kind of in the middle between cartoon and realism? Now that I also had to figure out, okay, what kind of comics or manga style, anime style related style do I want to make? And that's something I'm kind of figuring out now. Is I'm still going between what I want to make in regards to that. That's a layer. And then also hair and facial features. There are so many different layers. Now, on top of those layers, when it comes to the comic book part, you got the panels, you got storyboarding, you got sound effects that you can throw in there, you got action lines, fight scenes, and composition. There's so much more, and it opened my eyes to more things in a way that it felt good, and I feel this energy to want to learn more about it, and it's fun. It's so much more fun, and I'm enjoying it. When you do something and you start a project, Little Yachty said this. Don't quote me on it. I think Little Yachty said this. He said, "Don't look for more money, look for more opportunity." Now that's sort of like a tip when it comes to, let's say, sort of a business tip. At the same time, it's also a tip that has me think of when I do this and I want to pursue it even further. How much further can I take it? How much further can this thing go? How much further can this character go from this character idea to this comic book to this next thing to an animated series to a movie to who knows what? How much further what you make? How much further can you take that? Now, don't let the idea of, let's say, if something it doesn't go as far, stop you from doing it, because those smaller ideas can lead to bigger ideas. So don't let that prevent you from doing those things. Layers. There are many layers in a project. If it has more layers and you enjoy doing it, I encourage you to explore it. Now, the benefits. Now, I kind of already talked about the benefits when it comes to the layers, and also the why. The why, you're learning your why and why you're doing it. That's a benefit in itself. Layers, you're learning about what it takes to complete the project that you're setting out to do. Those in themselves are benefits. Now, key point benefits that I want to point out are the fact that you get to learn more things. You get to learn new skills. Rather than doing something that you've been doing probably for a while now, when you set out on a new project, one, you want this project to be challenging. If it's not a challenge, I don't think you're going to get really too much benefits from it. I encourage you to make it challenging. And at the same time, fun. You don't want to dread it. You don't want to start a project that you're going to dread, or start a project that you think other people think you have to do in order to be considered an artist, or whatever title it is in the passion that you do. Therefore, it can be something that's calming. It doesn't have to be something that's too intense either, right? Something that's easy to start and sort of challenging to do. Now, that's one of the benefits of it, is learning new skills. And also another benefit, I think, is it's good mentally, because it pushes you to kind of step outside your comfort zone and also do something that's sort of new, and it can kind of give you a fresh start. I think it's good mentally to do things that kind of help us step outside of our comfort zone. I think the benefits of starting a project for me, it was to challenge me, and then to also push me to dig deeper into finding something that I enjoy doing. So I think there's 3 pretty good benefits. 1, helps you to learn new skills. 2, I think it's great mentally. And 3rd, it challenges you. Those are 3 main thoughts that we talked about today on why starting a project is a good thing. And I encourage you to start a project. Something small, not too big. That's why I gave the example of, when it comes to music, an EP, something that's short, or video, a short film, or art, a mini comic, those things. It doesn't have to be this huge thing. Make it simple, put a short time frame on it, and I believe you can get it done. And you also learn 3 things: your why of why you want to do it, the layers and the skills that are required to do it. Then also, there's also good benefits that may help you towards your passion or hobby. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.